How significant is this first phase for Egypt's political landscape heading into 2026?
Good evening. Of course, these elections these represent a huge democratic entitlement to the citizens. Here we have lots of citizens that are counting on the upcoming parliament to make sure that everything that will be going well, with all the tensions that are in going on in the region. And so this shows how the country will move forward with the internal affairs or our foreign affairs, and how we will face the threats that we can that we'll be facing from outside. And so yeah, in around almost 2 hours we will officially declare the elections over. But we saw huge turnouts here from women and from the youth, and this shows that the citizens are aware of their democratic right and duty towards their country. And this shows that they are really aware, and that the campaigns that they had to raise awareness were really that important, and that the citizens are capable of choosing who to represent them according to what they feel they need under the support of the Egyptian administration.
Mhm. Sir, the NEA emphasized eager participation and robust oversight. What practical measures on the ground ensure this supervision and transparency?
Course, having judicial monitoring, this actually reflected trust in the elections, and showed that the citizens will be the only ones to determine who will be representing them. And this shows increasing trust in the political landscape, and this shows that we are united here, and that the state authorities are working in coordination and are united towards the benefit of the country and towards the democratic entitlements of the citizens. And they have rooted the importance of such engagement in such political events. We saw other elections before and some constitutional reforms, but here we see the largest political event now, and it is one more block to the foundations that we've built in the past years. And yes, as I said, this coordination between all state authorities and judicial monitoring and civilian monitoring, this is all very important and shows transparency, and uh, the government being sure that they are able to pull this off. And then there is some kind of warmth between the citizens and voters and between the candidates.
True. With 14 governorates voting and over 5,600 polling stations in operation, what were the logistical challenges and how were they handled?
Of course, there were some logistic um, obstacles, like the overcrowd and some committees opening a bit late. And so yes, but here as we saw that around the clock, the the chairs of the committees were reporting any comments or any complaints that they have received from the voters, or any other obstacles that they have seen, and they try to eliminate all the issues that may stand in the way of citizens choosing who to represent them in the future. And this it wasn't like this before, but we saw the authorities working around the clock. We saw the monitoring rooms and the operation rooms. They are monitoring everything, and they are following up and uh, responding instantly, so that they can eliminate any obstacles that may hinder any of the committees from working. And so yes, there is huge cooperation with the authorities and the citizens also, so that this honors Egypt's efforts all over the past years up till now when we added one more block, and this shows how democracy is very important in the Egyptian country.
Mhm. Professor Omran, many international outlets cited a high national spirit. From your own observation, what drove this visible enthusiasm among the voters, especially women?
The transparency, integrity, and the idea of that citizens can now choose who to represent them in the parliament, and they feel the right to protect it. This wasn't here before, and there was some kind of yeah, people weren't really participating in elections like we saw this today. There weren't lots of competing parties, and only one party took over. But now, with we have more than parties, and we have judicial monitoring, and the citizens can really trust who will be representing them, and so citizens now feel that they really are effective in the political equation, and that they have the right to choose who will represent them in the parliament. And so this actually reflected integrity, transparency, and the voters can sense this and they can feel this. And so yeah, this is why we have this huge turnout, and we also saw all the that all the candidates need to say and to show us what will they offer us in the parliament, and why they deserve to be a candidate in the first place, and this made them feel more reassured. And so this is actually such a victory for Egypt and for the political life in Egypt.
I would take it from here, sir. Let's talk about representation. 25% of seats are reserved for women. How might this quota shape the composition and debate in the new House?
Of course, having some kind of quota for women, or having chairs that are designated to women, wasn't here before, but now we are trying to represent lots of new things like women, Christians. We have both males and females, Muslim, Christians, and so on. And yeah, we want to hear them in the parliament, and we want them to participate in the legislative process. We want equality here between the two genders and between the religions. And so this is a reflection, and it is actually having the democratic entitlement rooted in the citizens. And when they see that some of like, for example, women didn't get a choice before, they were kind of neglected, and so now this isn't happening, and the citizens now feel more reassured. We have women from of all ages, and this shows that the Egyptian women actually play a crucial role here in in our lives in general. And so yes, this will be very positive for women, for where women stand with such, taking such positions.
Professor Omran, now the second phase begins November 24th and 25th. What issues or lessons from phase one might influence the turnout or administration in phase two?
Of course, the turnout percentage here it is actually founded on how we can assure the citizens and convince them. And so yeah, it has to do with lots of things actually. Also, the voters need to be convinced and need to really want those candidates to represent them. And so yes, I think actually that the second phase will have higher turnout, and this will enhance democracy and democracy rights. And yeah, we have some things that we can actually